live yet again.
Okay, let's see if I could.
Hello, hello. I see sound is now officially working on here, maybe. But is sound actually working?
Oh, I gotta find it now.
Oh, darling.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, cool. Nice. All right. So we are on the laptop because computer's not working, and also we have technical difficulties because I was in the process of putting this computer like back together because the other one, since we're on the laptop, the other one got removed and is now in this abyss right here, right there, because we're probably getting rid of that computer. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but because this one is more of a beast than the other one. And so we're going to actually start using it. And so today's video is called I Am More Caucasian Than a White Person, because it's true. But before I get into that, let's go through the famous book that is still yet to be opened. I don't know. One of these days we'll open it live. And so had the mic was attached, didn't work. So now here we are on this brand new one. So hopefully you could hear me perfectly well. And if you can, that's fantastic. I'm gonna always be looking down on you because now I'm up here and you guys are basically down here on my table. So um, if someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self deception and ignorance. And with that being said, let's talk about why I am more Caucasian than a Caucasian. I guess since we're here on the chair, on the laptop, we could sit down and shit. So we'll bring you down a level or two, and you can see that the room is a mess. Let's see right there. That is basically my junk drawer of all tech stuff ish, if you will, and that's what we've been working out of since pre 7 o'clock. All right, so I gotta figure out how to use just one screen. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me today. Let's see if we could split this up. I'm on a Mac. I usually don't be on a Mac. Um, let's see how we work this. All right, that doesn't want to work. So I guess I'm gonna have to be on my phone so I could look at the chat while we do stuff this time around. This is how you know it's live because we had technical difficulties on the other one, and now we're here figuring it out. So that's good. All right, let's see. Let's go to the channel, and we are live. Boom. Channel, and we are live. Boom. Channel. All right. So now that I got this on the screen, we can now go through and I could do a different tab. So for the sake of this, let's just look up what is Caucasian. Let's just look it up. I bear with me. So we have Caucasian. See, you are not seeing anything, literally. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Why is that happening? Stop sharing. Now we're back. All right, let's go back into this. Try to share my screen. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, actually, I could have been doing this on this whole time, man. Because this will probably give me a more accurate depiction of what's going on. Shit. Technology is so great. This computer, like I said, that's running these two screens currently is such a beast, but all at the same time, you can't see anything. So I guess we're going to have to switch this up to just me talking to you guys because it's not working. So basically, I am more Caucasian than a white person. And as you can see, my pigment of my skin is not of the Caucasian type. It is of the Negro. I'm black, right? I'm a color folk. And so when it comes to research, all the stuff that you've been taught is probably a lie. No lie. Um, and the funny thing is that through just simple Google searches, simple like little researches here and there, you'll be able to see the breakthrough of the lie. Okay, if you look up Caucasian, I'm not going to look it up, but if you look it up, they're these people of the Caucasus region. The Caucasus region has like 150 plus ish different ethnicities within it. So Caucasian is not meant to be just a white person, but that's what they uh, make it as, right? And so when you see the bubbling sheet, it's like, are you African American? Are you Hispanic? Are you Caucasian? Are you other? Well, guess what? Most of you should be clicking Caucasian, actually. And so the funny thing is like when I tell people this, they're like, yeah, bullshit. And then they look it up, and then you can actually see right there in front of your face that, yeah, you are actually a Caucasian person. And what's amazing about this is it breaks the reality of everything you've been taught just in that one instance. So now what happens about everything else you've been told? Else you've been told is again something that is somebody else's belief that is pushed onto you because you thought that Caucasian meant white. I thought Caucasian meant white at one point. And so what's amazing about this is that now it's like, okay, what other lies have I been told? And what's funny about the world is that they tell you the truth right in front of your face. They don't really lie to you because then if they lie to you, they'll get that negative karma. So if you look up Caucasian, you'll see, okay, it's not white, but they're telling you it's white, right? And so when you look at these things that are happening right in front of your eyes, like for example, you watch a movie, and if you watch a movie and you're like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe, they did this, this, and that. And then next thing you know, the same scenario of the movie is happening in real life. And the reason why that happens is literally because they have to tell you the truth right in front of your face. Because if they don't, then they have the karma, the negative karma that comes with it. And so they can't avoid karma either. Karma is a real thing. And so, in order to avoid karma, you have to tell people the truth. And so, simply by telling you guys, hey, watch this movie, because movie is always fiction, right? It's always fiction. It's always, unless it says based on a true story, all of it is fiction, supposedly. Now you know probably what you're watching is just a sneak peek of what they're actually doing behind the scenes. I'm sure there's a movie out there of how crazy Hollywood is. And guess what? That movie is probably true. But they made it into a movie. And in order to make you believe that's true, but not true at the same time, they make it as a fiction story. So all these different propagandas that they push onto you, whether it's the news, whether it's social media, whether it's a movie, whether it's a TV show, whatever have you, there's always some subconscious underlining things that are playing behind the scene. They're always playing a psychology game. That's the game that they play. And so Caucasian, like I said, going back to the whole point of this, is literally the wrong thing. You've been told it's white folk. That's not white folk. You're actually wrong. Let me actually look it up so I can tell you a little bit better about it. Um, so I'll just Google it on my phone and make it easier for you guys to be able to see. So um, I am telling the truth. So call. I can't spell. So we'll just look it up. Caucasian. And it has Asian in it, if you notice, if you're breaking down words, right? So I will read it directly from what Google says right here. And don't you scroll. Okay, let's see. Can we find a better like? I'll just use this smaller version. I just scrolled down, right? Caucasian race. In the United States, the root term Caucasian is still in use as a synonym for people considered white or European or Middle Eastern, or North African ancestry, as defined by the United States Census. So, why is it considered both white people or European people or Middle Eastern people? or North African people. That's a lot of different races. Like the Middle Eastern probably has like a bunch of different races within it. You know, Africans, you got the Nigerians, and then you got the African Africans, and then you got the regular American blacks, right? But so it's like, and then European, it's like you have, look, in this map, it actually shows you, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it shows you Russia, Georgia, Turkey, and all that. So it's like, why is it right there? It says called Caucasia, Chris Caucasia. I can't. And hey, don't ask me to pronounce your name. Don't ask me to spell it correctly. I will mess up both. So, simply put, literally, just Google it. Everything that you're being told, even if you know this person is trustworthy, you gotta Google it. Do your own research. Find it out for yourself. And if you are able to find it out and confirm the information for yourself, okay, it's true because that's two, right? You have the one source that told you, and then you looked it up on a different source. So now those are two sources, right? And so that's a better research, if you will. The more sources, the better. But that's way better than just having one source, the person who told you, right? And the person who told you could have false information. Now, if it's false information, you'll find that out by doing your little research real quick. And all I typed in literally is just Caucasian. That's it. Typed in Caucasian, and then that's what popped up, right? And so when it comes down to this, the problem is that people are misinformed and they don't realize they're misinformed. They believe that they are informed, but they are not informed because they're informed by somebody who spoke it to them, but they didn't inform themselves by actually looking it up and forming a sense of education for themselves through their own research. And most people do this all the time. They just literally take as face value, the news said this. Okay, the news says whatever about the Ukraine Russia war. Well, if you do some research, you might find something different. And I won't go deep into it, but there's a lot of differences that you might find. And so the story that people are telling you is just one narrative. It's kind of like, okay, you have your best friend telling you a story, and then you have your girlfriend telling you a story. Okay, cool. What if you just only listen to one side of the story when you have access to both sides of the story? So now you're 50% off, even though you have access to it. Why won't you get the complete story from both sides and then make your decision, your educated guess on what's going on, rather than being like, okay, I trust my girlfriend. Fuck what this guy said. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe the scenario is the girlfriend did cheat. And then your friend was trying to tell you, hey, she cheated, but you didn't listen because you're like, no, I trust my girlfriend over everybody else, right? And I don't care what your story is, I don't want to hear it. And maybe he has photos that he could show you, right? And so it's like vice versa. It works either way. And so it's like when it comes down to this, it could be like, the your best friend was DMing or sliding into your girlfriend's DM, and then your girlfriend shows you it, and he's like, but that's not him. What were you talking about? Well, that's proof. So if you're not willing to be able to handle the truth and take both sides and put them together for yourself, then you're screwed. Because again, people told me Caucasian was white. Oh, that's a Caucasian walking down the street. Oh, I see Caucasian. Oh, he's white. Okay. Well, guess what? Caucasian is everybody, apparently. Basically, the rainbow is Caucasian. And so, what is it that you were told that you thought was true and you found out was false? I'm sure you had something like that happen to you, because they say, the root of all evil is money. Is that true, or is it that some people use money evilly and some people don't? Like most people don't. And so it's like the stigma that you are fed is what you go with throughout your whole life. And so you got to be careful with who you accept information from. And even if you do accept information from this person, you got to always make sure that you double check, because at the same time it could be right or it could be wrong. You don't know until you actually check the facts. And so even with me, don't trust anything that I say. Just like I went and Googled it, you Google it for yourself. Don't trust my Google. I'm cheating, probably. Yeah, just assume that I'm steering you wrong. Only because you need to do your own research. Because I tell you something and then it might be something different. And then, like I said in this book, right? The beginning quote, you might be the one who corrects me. And then I have to do my research again and look it up and be like, oh, okay, yeah, what I said was wrong and what he said was true. Simply like that. But most people are not willing to go that far, which this day and age, like imagine back in the day when it was like, Jesus times, Jesus had to, just to get a book, just to get the book, the information of whatever have you, man had to travel across seas, across deserts, across many different terrains just to get one book. We don't have to do that. Look right here. All you have to do is go on your phone right here and you get the information. So it's not that difficult, but so simple that you can't believe how simple it is. And it's like, it's so simple that I'm not going to do it. I might as well not. But it's so simple that you should do it because it literally took what, 2 minutes for me to do that? I mean, I wish I could do it on the screen with you guys here, but it seems like the screen is going black every time I do that. So because of that, it's like now this puts you in a position where you could either follow what I say, or you could hear what I say, look it up for yourself, and decipher it for your own knowledge, for your own understanding. Because everybody has a point of view, and even if I give you the information according to my point of view, you might hear it differently, you might see it differently. So, with that being said, in the comment section down below, go ahead and leave your opinion. Did you know that Caucasian wasn't actually just white people? It was everybody under the sun, basically. Or did you already know that? And then, as well, as you're going into the comment section, you'll probably go scroll past something called the description box. And in the description box, there's a link right there to my school group called I Learned It from the Internet. And there we talk about so many different things. Like, I'm here to help you with your relationships, your wealth, your health, your mind, and your spirit. These are the 5 things that in this realm you must max out your potential in all of these. Because if you don't, if you have bad health, you're probably sick often. If your money's not right, you're probably stressed often. If your mind's not right, everything's in shambles. If your spirit is not right, you could have everything else, but you know your purpose is not there. So, and relationships, right? If you don't have good relationships, then guess what? You may have a $1 billion idea, but if you have nobody to talk about with that $1 billion idea, or nobody to reach out to, no relationships to help you achieve that goal, then you're screwed. So I'm here to help you with all those things in this realm, every single thing to master in this realm, which you never master. Don't ever master anything because you can't. If you mastered it, then that means you have nothing left to learn, not left to learn. And if you have nothing left to learn, then you're the oracle. Maybe I should be coming to you for information because if you mastered it already, then hey, you must know something that I don't. And if that's the case, I would love to learn from you. But for me, I'm a master, maybe not, but I'm more so a student of life. I want to learn it all. And I know for sure that's a mission that's going to be incomplete at the end of my life because there's no way this magical world that we live in, this paradise that we live in, will I be able to understand every single facet of this life that we live here, even if I spend the rest of my life doing that, even if I have 200 years to do that. There's so much in this world to learn. So I'm here to learn from you as well as learn from myself. And so if you enjoyed this video, you appreciate everything that I'm talking about, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, forgot to introduce myself like I usually do. My name is Emmanuel Velasco, and I'm just a professional failure. And I love failing because it teaches me the best lessons in life. And through those failures equates to massive wins. But the wins don't even matter because I don't learn shit from that. Yeah, maybe I pick up a few things. But when I lose, oh my God, the lessons, it's like I could learn 100 lessons from that one failure. And so imagine that. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one. And I'll make sure that this computer is actually working properly and the sound works so that we don't have to like run this back a couple of times. But again, I'll see you guys on the next stream, which is tomorrow at 8 p.m. ish. I'll say this time, 8 p.m. ish. Um, but yeah, well, we're always here, willing to educate you guys on a little bit of something every single day. And just like I said, if you, I've been doing this for a little bit, so go back to the previous lives. There's plenty of value there for you guys to learn and really gain lessons of life that will help you correct yourself and maybe have a better goal. It's something that I did. All these things, I've done it. So I've done the research, I've looked it up. You should do the same. And with that being said, again, peace.